Hi there, and welcome back to English and Ease, the podcast where we learn not just how to speak better English, but how to live with more intention, one step at a time. I'm Emily, and I'm really glad you're here with me today. Let's take a breath together. Wherever you are, in your room, on a bus, walking through the park, thank you for choosing to spend your time here. Because today's topic? It's exactly about that. Time. And more importantly, how not to waste it. You know, time is one of the only things in life we can never get back. You can lose money and earn it again. You can lose a job and find another. But once time is gone, it's gone. So this isn't just a lesson in vocabulary or grammar. It's a lesson for life. And it's deeply connected to your journey as an English learner. Let me ask you something. Have you ever finished a whole day and thought, wait, what did I even do today? Or maybe said to yourself, I was so busy, but I didn't do anything important. That feeling? That's time slipping through your fingers. And I've been there too. Let's get one thing straight right away. You have time. The question is, how are you using it? In this episode, I'm going to guide you through 3 key things. Why time is such a precious resource. How most of us, yes, even me, waste it without realizing. And how to start using time with purpose, especially if your goal is to become fluent in English. I'll share stories, simple examples, and real-life phrases you can remember and use. I'll speak slowly and clearly, so you can follow along and shadow my pronunciation if you'd like. That's how we grow, step by step, word by word, minute by minute. So, let's dive in. Time is more than minutes. Think about it this way. Every day, you receive a gift. It's called 24 hours. That's 1,440 minutes. But here's the catch. You can't save it. You can't store it away for later. Once a minute passes, it's gone forever. So time is more than a clock. Time is life itself. I used to struggle with this. There were days I would binge watch videos, scroll endlessly on social media, or just avoid doing the hard things. It felt like rest. But honestly, it left me empty. I didn't feel stronger, smarter, or closer to my goals. I just felt behind. And when I looked back, I realized something important. I wasn't being lazy. I was just being unconscious. I wasn't choosing how to use my time. I was letting time happen to me. Does that feel familiar? Let's look at the numbers. If you waste just 30 minutes a day, just scrolling or avoiding something important, that adds up to over 15 hours in a month. That's more than half a full day. Imagine what you could do with 15 hours. You could read 2 books in English. You could write 10 short journal entries to practice grammar. You could learn 200 new academic vocabulary words. Or you could simply talk to yourself in English out loud every morning for 5 minutes a day. Small minutes add up. That's why time is not just a resource, it's an investment. English learning and time use. Now, let's get practical. If your dream is to speak English confidently, you don't need more books. You don't need a perfect accent. You need to spend your time doing the right things. Let's be honest. Many people say, I want to improve my English, but their actions say something else. They watch videos in their native language. They scroll social media in their comfort zone. They wait for motivation, for the perfect day to start. But let me be your reminder today. The perfect day is not coming. The perfect day is today. So ask yourself, what am I doing with my minutes? What am I doing with my hours? Is this bringing me closer to my goal or pulling me further away? It doesn't take 8 hours a day to get better. It takes consistency. It takes daily use of English, listening, reading, thinking, speaking, even in small bursts. I once heard someone say, don't count the hours you study. Make the hours count. That's the mindset we want here. Every minute is a choice. Let's do a quick mindset shift together. I want you to think about time like money. You wouldn't just throw your money out the window, right? But every time we say, I'll do it tomorrow, or just 5 more minutes of scrolling, we're throwing time away. We're spending it on things that don't bring us growth, joy, or progress. Successful people, whether they're athletes, scientists, business leaders, or language learners, treat time like treasure. They don't have more hours than you. They just use their hours differently. Here's a simple idea I tell myself every morning. Every minute is a vote for the person I want to become. Want to become fluent in English? Then vote with your time. Spend 10 minutes reading English news. Watch a short video in English and repeat what you hear. Talk to yourself in English as you walk, cook, or clean. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start. And then, keep showing up. Minute by minute. Day by day. Your new mantra. So here's what I want you to say out loud. Yes, out loud. Today, I will not waste my time. Today, I will grow. Say it once. Say it twice. Let it live in your head. Your time matters, and how you use it will shape your English, your confidence, your opportunities, and your future. In the next part of this podcast, we're going to explore the most common ways people waste time and how to break free from them. I'll share specific examples, easy vocabulary, and ways to stay focused as a learner, even if you're busy. You're doing great so far. Take a breath, smile, and when you're ready, let's keep going. Welcome back. In the last part, we talked about how time is life, how every minute you use is either a step toward your English fluency or a step away from it. Now let's look at the traps, the things that steal our time quietly, day after day. If you've ever said, I don't have time to study, or I'll start tomorrow, then this part is especially for you, because the truth is, you do have time. The real question is, what are you doing with it? Let's go through some of the most common ways we waste time, especially as English learners. And don't worry, this isn't about guilt. We're here to become more aware so we can make better choices. Habit number 1, mindless scrolling. Let's begin with the biggest one, your phone. I'll be honest. I used to wake up and check my phone before even getting out of bed. 10 minutes turned into 20. Then somehow I'd be watching cat videos or random news updates. And before I knew it, an hour was gone. Does that sound familiar? Social media is designed to grab your attention. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. They're fast, endless, and easy. You think, just 5 minutes. But suddenly, it's been 50. And the worst part? You don't even feel good after. You feel distracted, tired, maybe even frustrated. So what can we do? I'm not saying to throw away your phone, but ask yourself, is my phone helping me grow? Am I using it, or is it using me? Instead of watching random videos, choose one English video and shadow along with it. Follow pages or channels that teach you something. Turn distraction into daily exposure to English. Habit number 2, watching content in your native language. Here's another quiet time trap, watching too much content in your own language. Now, I get it. After a long day, you want to relax. You want to enjoy something familiar. That's totally okay sometimes. But if you're watching 2 hours of TV every night in your native language and still wondering why your English isn't improving, there's your answer. Start small. Watch just 15 minutes of English content each day. It doesn't have to be hard or boring. Find an English show with subtitles. Watch a podcast. Listen to music and follow the lyrics. The goal isn't perfection, it's immersion. Let your ears get used to English. Let your brain start thinking in English. If you combine entertainment with learning, your time becomes an ally, not a thief. Habit number 3, procrastination. The classic. I'll do it later. But later becomes tomorrow, and tomorrow becomes never. I've had many days where I planned to record a podcast or write a lesson, but I told myself I wasn't ready. Maybe the lighting wasn't perfect, or I was too tired. So I waited. But waiting didn't help me move forward. Sometimes we procrastinate because we're afraid of making mistakes, afraid of starting something we're not good at yet. But let me remind you, English is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. You don't need the perfect time. You just need to begin. Even for 5 minutes. Especially for 5 minutes. Habit number 4, overthinking. This one's big, especially for English learners. You spend more time thinking about speaking English than actually speaking it. Thoughts like, what if I say something wrong? What if they laugh? What if I forget the word? And because of those thoughts, you stay silent. You don't practice. You stay in your head, not in the language. Let me tell you something important. Mistakes are proof that you're trying. Overthinking is a prison. Practice is freedom. If you want to stop overthinking, speak more. Speak to yourself. Speak with a friend. Record your voice. Shadow me in this podcast. You learn by doing, not by waiting for perfection. A quick review. Let's make it super clear. Here are the most common time-wasting habits for English learners: scrolling too much on your phone, watching too much content in your native language, procrastinating and putting off tasks, overthinking and not taking action, doing things that don't serve your goals. Now pause and ask yourself, which one do I do most often? You don't need to fix everything at once. Just notice. Awareness is the first step to change. Signs you're wasting time. Now you might be thinking, okay, Emily, but how do I know if I'm wasting time? Sometimes I'm just tired or busy. Great question. Let me give you some real signs to look for. You often say, where did my day go? You feel busy but not productive. You feel tired and guilty, even if you didn't do much. You spend hours online and feel empty after you're not proud of how you spent your day. If you recognize any of these feelings, it's okay. It means you're waking up to a better way. I've felt them too. But when you know better, you can choose better. Small questions. Big change. Here are 3 simple questions I want you to ask yourself at the end of each day. What did I learn today? How much time did I spend growing versus wasting? What will I do differently tomorrow? These questions help you take control. They help you reflect. And reflection is where true growth begins. Remember, English is not something you memorize. It's something you live. With your time, with your choices, with your daily habits. In the next part, we're going to get practical. I'll walk you through 5 smart strategies to use your time better starting today. Even if you're busy, even if you feel overwhelmed, even if you only have a few minutes each day. You're not falling behind. You're waking up. Let's take that next step together. Just say the words with me one more time. Today, I will not waste my time. Today, I will grow. Welcome back. You've already come so far in this episode. We started by understanding how valuable time is, how every minute is a building block for your future. Then we uncovered the common habits that quietly steal our time: scrolling, procrastinating, overthinking. Now, let's shift from awareness to action. You don't just want to know how to use your time better. You want to feel the difference. You want to take control. Let's talk about 5 practical strategies you can start using today to use your time more wisely, especially if you're learning English. Tip 1. Set clear and measurable goals. If you don't know where you're going, any road will do. That's why your time starts with clarity. What do you want to achieve in English? Don't just say, I want to improve. That's too vague. Instead, try, I want to learn 10 new academic words this week. I want to speak for 5 minutes in English every morning. I want to listen to one English podcast every day. Make your goals specific, measurable, and small enough to start today. When your goals are clear, your time has direction. Tip 2. Plan just 3 things each day. A long to-do list can feel overwhelming. So here's what I do. Every morning, I write down just 3 important things to do. That's it. If English is one of your priorities, include it on that list. For example, watch one English video and shadow the speaker. Read one short article in English, record a 2-minute voice note talking about your day in English. That's less than 30 minutes, but it's consistent and focused. And every time you cross something off your list, that's progress you can feel. Tip 3. Tackle the most important task first. Your brain is freshest in the morning. That's why successful people often do their most important task early. If English matters to you, don't save it for later. Do it first. Speak before breakfast. Listen to a podcast while you get ready. Read a short text with your coffee. By starting your day with English, you set a tone of growth and focus. Even if your day gets busy, you've already done something that brings you closer to fluency. Tip 4. Cut distractions and create focus time. When you study English, give it your full attention. That means, put your phone on airplane mode, turn off notifications. Set a timer for 25 minutes. This is called the Pomodoro technique. You work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. Simple, powerful, and backed by research. Even just 2 focused Pomodoro sessions a day can transform how much you learn and how fast. Tip 5. Use micro moments for learning. Here's a secret. You don't need more time. You need to use your small pockets of time wisely. Waiting for the bus? Listen to an English podcast. Doing dishes or laundry? Repeat vocabulary words out loud. Walking outside? Talk to yourself in English. Describe what you see. Practice full sentences. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. It adds up. Over a week, those small moments can equal hours of extra learning. Language fluency is not built in giant leaps. It's built in tiny, consistent steps. Let's recap the 5 SMART strategies. Set clear and measurable English goals. Plan 3 things to do each day. Start your day with the most important task. Limit distractions and use focused study time. Use small moments during your day to grow. Which one can you start with today? Pick one. Start there. Then build from it. Simple daily habits that save you time. You don't need a full life makeover. Just start with small adjustments. Here are 4 daily habits that save time and make space for learning. Wake up just 15 minutes earlier. That gives you quiet time to study, reflect, or review vocabulary. Prepare the night before. Lay out your clothes, plan your meals, organize your bag. That mental clarity in the morning is priceless. Make a to-do list every morning. Keep it short and realistic. Avoid multitasking. Focus on one task at a time. You'll actually finish faster. These tiny shifts lead to big transformation over weeks and months. Real-life stories from real learners. Now I want to share something I love. Real stories from people just like you who changed their lives by using time better. Let's start with Ali, a 20-year-old student who dreamed of speaking English fluently. For months, he told himself he would start tomorrow. But that tomorrow kept moving. Instead, he played video games and watched shows in his native language. Then one day, he saw a message that said, "Your time is your life. Don't waste it." That moment woke him up. He began with just 10 minutes a day of English, podcasts, shadowing, simple writing practice. After 1 year, he could have full conversations. Step by step, He built a habit. And now, he's proud of every minute he used well. Then there's Maria, a young mom with 2 kids and a busy schedule. She used to say, "I'm too busy to learn English." But instead of finding more time, she started using the time she already had. She listened to English while cooking. She practiced vocabulary while folding laundry. She repeated phrases with her kids. 6 months later, her listening comprehension improved dramatically. Maria's lesson is this: you don't need a perfect schedule, you need better time choices. Finally, meet Daniel, a quiet office worker who used to scroll on his phone every evening for hours. He told himself he didn't have time to learn English. One day, he decided to make a tiny change. Just 30 minutes of reading English stories before bed. Now, he's hooked on English novels. And that small decision became a life-changing habit. These people aren't special. They're not superheroes. They just made a choice to stop wasting time and start growing. You can do it too. One final message. Before we wrap up today's episode, I want you to remember this. When you take control of your time, you take control of your life. You are not behind. You are not late. And you don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. You just need to keep showing up. You just need to use the minutes you already have. Say it with me one more time. Today, I will not waste time. Today, I will grow. That's your power. That's your practice. That's your promise to yourself. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope today's message helped you feel more aware, more motivated, and more capable. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave a comment and tell me, what's one thing you'll stop wasting time on, starting today? And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend who's also learning English. Until next time, I'm Emily, and this is English in Ease. Keep learning, keep growing, and remember, your time matters. See you in the next episode.